Hello. What's good, everybody? It is Tuesday night, so you already know it is time to get back into it and go to all things The Witcher. And we got a very special guest coming back in with us again, joining us, Just John. What's good tonight, brother? From all the way across the pond. How you doing?
Oh, that's good, brother. I'm humming the Yaskier song from season 2, still waiting on a banger, you know. It's been a long time coming now. It's like, come on, Yaskier, give me that banger. But awesome to be here, DJ. Love the energy. Love AK's magical genius. And shout out to David with Amazon. He was late, everybody, not me. Throwing him under the bus here. I'm going to report Amazon for delivery late. Fuck you. Nice to be here, brother.
Oh, man. What's up? We got a whole crew out there. What's up, Jake Cruz? We got Peter Griffin out there. Good to see you out there, Linda R. Welcome. Oh, what's up, Yasker as a Scroll? How we doing tonight, fandom?
Yo, what's good, everyone? Cannot wait to talk about this episode of The Witcher. And wow, just throwing me underneath the bus already. Oh, damn, Scrolls, man.
How you going to do it? How you going to do it to him? That ain't right. Oh, and of course, we have one more coming down this crazy road with us. The one, the only, the lovely AK of Xandria. Zentria, there it is.
Zentria, wow.
I was trying to remember it. I got like 15 things up. I wasn't looking at it, trying to remember. What's good, AK? How you doing today?
It's all good. Definitely ready to get into this episode. Lovely to be here. Let's get into it.
Oh, man, I finally just got it pulled up, got everything back up. Ooh, had some technical difficulties before this one, but we're up, we're running, we are here, and we're going to talk all things The Witcher, Season 3, Episode 3. This one's called Reunion. And we opened with a stammering Yasker trying to figure out what was what. Like, he sounded like a blathering lovesick teen. Like, has Yasker been struck by the Radovan Lovebug fandom?
Of course. We've been talking about this since, the second or third episode he met the brother Prince.
Yeah.
And this has pretty much solidified it, really.
It sounds like at this moment he can't figure out who he loves more, Radovan or Geralt. Like, what do you think, AK? Is he starting to fall for the Radovan that hard?
I think it's two different loves. I don't think he has any romance towards Geralt at all. But now our little princeling, though, that's another story. Like even his girl peeped that, and she was like, you like him." And he's like, "Oh, I mean, well, yeah." He's no, not the Witcher, the other one that you over here waxing poetic about.
The spoon. You're ready to spoon with the spoon. Seriously. Oh, what's up? What do you think about the old Bard and Radovan hooking up, John? Is that a match meant to be?
Absolutely not. Not a fan of it, but from an aspect like of a bard, as I say, with Yaskir's type of flamboyant characters, like I'm not. Like it's not too much of a swing for me, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah. And then he shows, he's bisexual, is he? So it's a great grant, how about it? He continued on then. That turned him on talking about Radovid with a woman, so I was like, all right, we're swinging everywhere.
More than bi. He was more like quad.
I think, I was going to say, I think multisexual is the thing with him, because she said it. Like, look, I done seen you like women, I done seen you with men, and see you with whatever freaking species of that thing that she described.
And Morpheus blobs, and like all.
And he was like, that was only once, although it was enjoyable. Bruh.
Loved every
just say you like all of it. That's okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
He was here for all of it. If you're about to start your morning off right for what looks like the second time, are you going to let the family goat interrupt it, John? I'd have been like, holla at you in 20, girl. Hold that thought.
It's such a peaceful way, the context of what you speak about. You said you could put that stuff on daytime TV just the way you said that. Yeah, you're right. There's nothing can interrupt a good time, so to speak.
You gotta wait it up. Hold on. Did Geralt really even need to interrupt him? Like, Yasker's morning festivities were going, like, why did he even need him? All he was going to do was bring him out to the woods to see some crazy girl. Like, doesn't even ask for any advice on what to do. Already knows where he's taking her. Like, why did he even have to interrupt the Bard fandom?
Oh, one, he had to have, like, some type of freaking side partner in his damn journey, and it was a freaking Bard. Because he literally couldn't send him to wherever that place in the previous episode was, because it was like too dangerous. So he was like, okay, let me bring him back. And just in case, like, okay, I'm not tweaking, you also see in this too. Like, you've been in a situation where it's like, okay, I'm fucked up or not. I need like proof here.
Back it up, get a second opinion. I feel it. I like that.
And see if like she was gonna react like the same way. Like she's looking at Geralt and be like, "Yo, Geralt, it's me, Siri. Is she gonna do like the same thing?" And the moment she saw freaking Jasker, she was just like mumbling.
What do you think about that, AK?
I don't think that he needed to interrupt. He absolutely could have given man some minutes because they didn't even go right to see the girl from there. They went to the woods for him to chop down like three or four trees.
No, they
as
went
Jasker's, wasn't that before them?
No, they went straight to the girl, yeah. But still, like he didn't even.
But the spell, the spell hadn't worked its thing yet, though. They had to leave. That's right. That's why he was chopping wood, because he had to fill that time from when what's her name gave her the potion.
Yeah, that was.
And then he woke her up early, didn't he?
Yeah, but I'm saying like before even all that, before he even got her out there, like he took Jasker out to meet her, and then he goes, Jasker was like, "I hope you have a plan," and he's like, "Yeah, I'm going to take her out to a girl's house." So it's like he already knew what he was.
You didn't need to tell me that, bro.
Why do you even have to involve Jasker? Like, yeah,
drop her off and then come back and get me.
Right? Let the bard live. I was just like, there's just no need for that.
Nah, you don't interrupt those times. It wasn't life or death at that moment. No, sir.
Imagine if Jaskier, sorry DJ, if he just like interrupted Geralt. Remember in season 1 where he was in the tent with Yennefer? And imagine he came in to interrupt the shit out of him. What do you think Geralt's like? Fuck off, Jaskier. Do you know what I mean?
He'd have given him one of those little shield blasters and knocked him back out. Is what he would have done.
Yeah, a little poo-poo.
Yeah, come back in 20. And what is it that makes Geralt like such a hero? Like the villagers paid him to slay a werewolf, but instead he finds said werewolf and finds him a cure. Like what other Witcher would even do that? I don't think none of them. That's who. Like how? Why? What is it that makes Geralt such a hero, John?
He was raised by Vesemir, and Vesemir has good morals. He sees strong, burly men. He's been through it all, and through his trials of the grasses way back in the day as well, he's seen how horrid some of the treatment was, and it's kind of like we'll do it, but we'll try and do it better. He's far from perfect, but I think it's a lot of Vesemir, as you say, like the Ned Stark on Jon Snow type thing, the way Jon Snow is. I think it's like I'd call it a Vesemir kind of influence on him.
I like that. But even still, it seems. I mean, Vesemir's trained a lot of Witchers, and I just don't think any of them have that hero gene like Geralt does. It's like
nowhere near.
He has better morals. Like he basically killed 2 birds with one stone. He did exactly what it was paid for. He just didn't have to kill to do that.
Yeah, exactly. No, he finds a better way. That's just like I said. He just has that hero syndrome in him. We actually see Geralt show a flicker of emotion for the first time this series when he actually hears that his mother had passed. It was only for a second, but there was definitely a flash of sadness there for a couple takes. It's like, ooh,
oh yeah, more than a couple takes. I think he was crying for a little bit of that conversation.
Well, then when he came back and actually heard about it, then it was like, yeah, then he really was emotional. And then speaking of heroes, Yennefer's got some game of her own. Like, looks like she's been out there saving the right kinds of friends. Like. Ones who own banks. That was pretty impressive. Like, how's she going to get a full pouch of coin and then just give the whole lot of it to Ciri? Like, this girl's not mature or responsible enough to be in charge of that much loot. Like, what was she thinking, Phantom?
Well, first off, it tells you how much of like buddies is freaking Yennefer and this dude that she's like, oh, I could just give like this wad of freaking money to Ciri and I can just get more on top of it. 2, yeah, I wouldn't give that much to Ciri at all. Probably like 10 pieces in bounds.
10? She would have got 2 coppers. Nah, she would have got 2 coppers and called it a day. She is way too damn entitled and used to getting what she wants to be trusted with that much money at one time. And look what happened to the money.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just meaningless. I mean, she went to look for it. Like, she didn't do it on purpose, but still, it's like, you just know she's not mature enough for this. You're going to give it all, like the whole pouch? Come on.
The whole pouch, bro? Nah, she going to get 2 coppers and go see the magic show and call it a day.
Yeah, exactly. That's messed up. I'm glad they figured out a way to have Tess and Yen meet before Yennefer got out to Aretuza, because that would have been reckless just bringing Ciri straight there. So I'm glad they had a meeting place. It's funny. Did Radigan tell Dick? What's that?
I know, just gonna say, what did you think of that meeting, DJ? Because we spoke about the other week, like about how they take Ciri, like.
Exactly, and it's like what's going to come up? Is it going to be more like Tessia giving that mother vibe and being part of it, and she just could never really do anything to hurt Yennefer, or is she going to see the bigger picture and be like, I got to take this girl out? But I think Yennefer knew going in. She's like, she knows Tessia is all about power. Tessia is one of the most powerful mages on the earth, and if all of a sudden you're going to bring this like. Probably a being that might even be more powerful and looks like she is more powerful than Tessia, She probably knew Tessie would be into it and like take the Ciri side of it. But I don't know. That was a pretty big gamble. What do you think, AK?
That was definitely a gamble, but it's a gamble that she needed to make. Because I think she was exactly right when she said there's really not too many more safer places besides taking her there that she's going to be protected.
Yeah. Oh man, welcome. Yeah, it's funny. Did Radovan tell Dijkstra about his brother's like the king's secret meeting just to rub his nose in it, like just to show him that he's not running the show anymore? Because I think he told him like he knew that he only told him because he knew there'd be nothing Dijkstra could do about it, and to show like he no longer has the power that he thought he did. But he got shown real quick that things aren't always as they seem. But why was what is going on between Radovan and Dijkstra, John? Like, what was he being cocky, or does Radovan actually want to help Dijkstra to like control his brother, or like what do you think the game is between them?
I think the way they've showed us is Radovid is like he thinks he's a bigger fish than he is. You know, he's a goldfish, but he's like me lineage says I'm a shark. So I think he's prancing around in front of the other real shark, so to speak. And I'd agree with what you just said on the opening of that there, where he's doing it just to say because I can, like, and it's how deep will he go with that? You know what I mean?
Absolutely. It doesn't look like it's going to end well. Who do you think is going to win in the end of these two? Is like Radovan going to fall in line, or is he going to find a way to out Dijkstra and get rid of him, fandom?
Oh.
The bald guy always wins.
The bald guy always wins.
You can't out-dick the Dijkstra, man. You can't do it.
Oh, Dijkstra is a dick. I mean, come on. It's ridiculous. Oh, speaking of those big chances, what's that?
That's shocking. No, just your hate for Dijkstra and David's hate for Jaskier. I'm astounded.
Yen took a big chance meeting Tessia, but deep down, like I said, she must have known that their bond was too strong. Tessia wasn't going to bring any harm to her. And Tessia is basically Yen's mother figure, and then looked at her and saw the same with Yen and Ciri. Like she said, out of all this time, you finally did. You finally became a mom. That was kind of a touching. That was crazy. Would you consider Yen's kind of Ciri's mother figure, AK?
Yes.
You wouldn't put him more on like a sisterly path? You think it's more of like a mother-daughter relationship?
No. I think it's definitely more of a mother-daughter relationship. Like we've already seen how they interact together when it's just like Ciri, Geralt, and Yen. That's the family that all of them have been missing for some time now.
And deep down.
So yeah, she's definitely in the role, and she knew that she could not deliver everything that she needed to with Ciri right away. So she had to go in and get to her magic mom so grandma could put Ciri in check. And I think she was right to do that. If anybody's going to really teach her, it's going to be Tessia.
I struggle with the mother thing. But yeah, like maybe just the way the story is. I hear what AK is saying, no doubt, but maybe just the story, because I still can't get past. Well, last season you were going to sacrifice her for your magic back, and you knew like it's going to be a cruel fate for her and kill her, and now you're her best mate because you sent a few letters at the start of this season. Not good enough, love. Not having it.
Yeah, I was
those letters weren't to her.
They were.
But you know, she's doing it for Geralt for Ciri, so that even points away she's a shit mother. Do you know what I mean? She was doing it to impress Geralt, and she happens to be a part of Geralt, so she's tolerating Ciri. That's the vibes I get.
Yeah, I almost see it more as like an older sister type of deal. Like they're gonna fight and argue and be a thing. This almost seems like an older sister, but she definitely does have those motherly values. Like she's doing what she can, trying to take care of a kid that she can't really take care of. So it's gonna be interesting to see how that works out. We also see Istrid out there collecting ancient elven artifacts and looking for the Book of Monoliths, but the collector told him that it was already on the way to Aretuza by order of the Emperor. So who's out in Aretuza studying monoliths, man?
That was my question too. I'm like, having someone sending that stuff all the way to Aretuza by the Emperor wants it. Meanwhile, you don't have like any mages to like at all to help him out, like read it and such. So it's like it puzzled me there. Because didn't you like your best mage that you pretty much had in the dungeon, like pretty much like drinking wine and shit? So that kind of puzzled me.
What do you think, AK? Any ideas on who might be out at Aretuza reading this, ordering this monolith book out there to read?
I want to say it's Tisea, but at this point it could be a gamble. We don't have enough like solid information on that, but I'm guessing it's Tisea because Emperor seemed like a real sneaky dude. So I think he has a lot of different plans in motion, and no one person knows all of the plan but him.
Feel it. What do you think, John? I'm going to go with Strogobor. Who's your guess?
Yeah, I think that like at this point of the story I'm watching, I think he's like the numero uno candidate. And then as AK said as well, it's muddled because you could go with the Emperor in Nilfgaard, and as he's obviously playing a bigger game here, you're like, well then why was it like to Aretusa? So it does make you second guess. Jens bringing Ciri to Aretusa. It's like, is there something more in Aretusa here going on? Like, has the Emperor got fingers? As David pointed out, like the best mage is in the dungeon. Is that the best mage?
Was she? I wouldn't say she was good, but I wouldn't say she was the best.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, is she the best?
Yeah, I think Tessia and Yennefer both outrank her as far as ability and magic goes.
It seems like different mages have different strengths. Like a girl with that Tess, like I was asking, why didn't Yennefer just make her own portal? But she didn't want it to be tracked. But it seemed like that other girl was like a lot better at it. So I think they all have their strengths. What they're better at. Cahir brings Galadin to meet the Emperor of Woe, and he tells the Emperor of like all the woes going on in the front line, and the elves are getting slaughtered. And when the Emperor asked Cahir if he was ready to come home, and he said yeah, he's like, well then prove it. What's up, Phantom? Did you have any idea what he was going to have to do to prove it?
Repeat this scene again.
When Cahir brought Galadin, that elf, to meet the Emperor, the White Flame, and then he's like, okay, I want you to come home. Are you ready to come home? And Cahir was like, yeah. And then he's like, okay, you're going to have to prove it. Do you have any idea what he was going to have to do to prove it, to be able to come back in?
Oh, yeah. I knew like John was going to be ecstatic because this guy was going to die.
Oh, yeah. That's a Geralt, isn't it? Yeah.
But then I was like, damn, this is why you freaking brought him, so he can actually just die in like two or three episodes? Yikes.
What's up, AK? Do you think that he knew he was going to have to do that? You think the Emperor knew that?
No, I don't think anything like that was planned. I think it was just happenstance, and the Emperor saw an opportunity to exploit, and he took it. Because as he said, what's her name's doing now could weaken things, but there's another side of it that he's looking at that they could also still be great assets. So take this guy out, make it so he knows 100% there isn't anybody else that she can go to. Now, if she wants more help or needs something, she's gonna have to deal with the Empire in some way.
I didn't think. I mean, I'm with you, Jake. I didn't think it'd be that either. That one shocked me. But yeah, I agree with that, AK. Totally, I agree with that.
I personally, I think he absolutely was not. Like, he did not know that. I think he was genuinely friends with this dude because when you spoke, there was a history with him, and I think, as AK pointed out there as well, is that the history with there was a reflection of remorse on his face. Like, it's like that was a teller. Was like, what? And from the Emperor's point of view, he's testing the loyalty of this. You know, he's like, yeah, let me test your loyalty right now. That's how he done that on the spot. In my opinion, that's where I got it. And he's like, what? You can see him kind of shudder. Then exactly what you touched on, when he killed him, then he could just tell him to say, okay, you're going to go down now and be a hero to the elves, and say he came down here to backstab and kill her, and you killed him to show the Emperor's loyalty to the elves. It's a double play of genius. Like,
I mean, politically wise, it's a genius move, but how ruthless. I mean, how absolutely ruthless. But we know the White Flame is the most ruthless because he's out there killing babies. Like,
he's the most bloodthirsty, yeah.
And it doesn't get any more ruthless than that. But yeah, the White Flame definitely does not want the elves to thrive. He wants them to falter, and he's just using them. And if they all go extinct, he could give two figs. He doesn't care.
Pawns.
I get Geralt being fatherly and looking out for Ciri's best interest, but Jaskier kind of had a point. Ciri is a princess, and that's what little princesses do. They sit on little royal thrones and have little royal babies. Like, he wasn't wrong, was he, Phantom?
Was he wrong? No. Well, let's try to break the norm here.
You think he's like, be like Geralt? Like, Geralt's like, that's not what Ciri would want, is it? So we're not going to let that happen. But I mean, in the end, like Jaskier said, she would have an army behind her, protecting her. I mean, is it exactly what she wants? I don't know. This girl's so powerful. I think she's going to get exactly what she wants in the end. So I don't know.
I mean, a lot of kings and queens still end up dying, regardless of the amount of armies you have behind you.
I mean, how do you feel about it, AK? Do you think she should go and try to be like with one of these kings and then lead that army to like a better way, or what do you think's in her?
No, she wants to like lead and start trying to change things immediately, and I commend that because she is thinking on a broader level. But she don't know shit. You know absolutely fuck all about what goes on in the castle for even one day, much less the years that it's going to take to actually implement all these things that you want to do to help people. So no, first and foremost, stay where you are. Stop being a spoiled little shit and learn the magic the way you're supposed to. Learn how great it is. Learn how you can control it. So it's not just a fluke when you need to call on it and you're in all this distress and you scream and blow up people that didn't need to be blown up. Learn there first. And then if you want to try to, negotiate or do whatever with these kings and take your spot back, that's another spot where Tisea and Yennefer, especially, I think, would come into play because they know court life. They can help her get with that. And then Geralt's going to be there for the fine tuning and also for the muscles. So she'll be protected with armies. Yeah. But first and foremost, she'll have her main people with her. And she needs to get that education first. Though. You can't just jump into it. I don't care how big the army is.
I mean, you got to have more than just 3, though. You can't. I mean, you're not leading anybody anywhere with just an army of 3. You have to have some backers. So she's gonna.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. That's why she should not be leading right now. Do not go to any of those castles at the minute because right now, Geralt's right. You are just going to be a pawn. And they're not going to let you learn what you need to learn.
Where I'd say Yasker was wrong is saying that she's not a witcher or a witch. Like maybe not 100%, but she is definitely repping for all 5.
She's absolutely training for it. Yeah.
She's got a little bit of everybody. She's killing.
Well, I think a nice balance for Ciri would be. It's obviously it's a complete personal opinion. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. Because everybody has a side. On the princess side, I think she'd be looked after. She has an army. On the Witcher side of things, as far as combat, taking care of yourself, learning the world around you, the knowledge and the wisdom, and to defend yourself without magic, an excellent aspect. And then from the magic point of view, to have them kind of try and analyze our own parallel power to kind of help her control it. I think every one of like side of that has something they can offer. I think the dream outcome would be get Triss, bring Triss up, let her try and help her rather than being torn apart by egos at that in Arethusa, like by everybody else, because they don't give a fuck about helping her at all. It's just about political plays. And I'd get Triss and I'd send her up to Caramorn and have Vesemir teach her the combat side of things, saying she doesn't need magic. And if the magic outbursts happen, you can kind of at least have Triss, somebody who is a decent person, kind of analyze it and try and help her. But that's just a dream.
Are they still alive?
Who's that?
Is Vesemir still alive in the show? I think
he is.
Yeah, Vesemir's alive.
Okay.
Yeah, Vesemir's grand.
I didn't remember.
The Witcher, not a bitcher.
He's alive in a couple. I mean, they killed some of the Witchers, but not all of them.
Yeah, if you see in the chat, I actually agree with what Jake is saying there. Yeah, that there was a queen that huge army had to protect already, and we've seen them fail.
Oh,
That's why I think she needs to do all of the extra work outside of those castle walls first, then go in and start playing the Game of Thrones.
Yeah, but that queen that got killed couldn't scream and blow people up. I think Ciri would be just fine wherever she goes. That queen also didn't have Witcher training. So I think Ciri is going to be all right. But yeah.
Caramorn, man. I'd go up there and have Vesemir teach her the ways of the world around her. She'd be all right.
Yeah. Love how Geralt listens to Yasker babble on for about 10 minutes, not hearing one word he says, only hearing like exactly what he wants to realize it's Ciri's source. Yasker's like, wait, what? He's like, oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, he didn't listen to one word he said and then just figured out. He never needs Yasker. He just lets him hang out. It's awesome. He goes back and asks the girls, like, what did you mean by the source? And she said Ciri's magic. Then she turns like 6 faces of Eve and goes all exorcist on us. I was like just waiting for the green puke to come out and erupt at that point. Like, if she would have broke out with red rum, I would have been out of there. I don't know what these people were waiting around for. Like,
I was surprised she didn't start climbing up a wall and onto the ceiling, speaking in tongues and shit.
Exactly. I'm like, get out. Yeah, she was taking them from all of his horror movies. And then Ciri, taking on the sights of the city, decides to check out the so-called caged monster. She just ruined that old man's show. He was like, if you don't appreciate my hustle, beat feet. And so, of course, somehow he like falls into the crate, knocks it over, freeing the creature. Like, that was not advertised. I was like, I don't know, that was a little Hollywood trophy, but I don't know. Did she what? How many times does Yennefer have to tell this girl to try to stay undercover for her to just be like the center of attention everywhere she goes, family? Like, is she ever gonna learn?
Now this time I actually do agree. Because speaking magical, what is it? PETAs have to come out of nowhere and be like, yo, what the hell you doing? Cramming that freaking what is it? The name of the creature that was like trapped in
A
the
wyvern, was it? You just call it a wyvern. It's like a baby dragon, like
A wyvern or something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not what they called it though.
a basilisk.
No, they said it was
Called it
a baby
basilisk.
basilisk. Yeah,
Yeah,
baby
but
basilisk.
it wasn't
was a
that.
wyvern. They were
Yeah.
lying, like, just to try and sell it, like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was just, I don't know. Siri
Like,
just
Siri, just shut the fuck up, dude.
yeah, just take a seat and chill for a minute.
Enjoy the damn show. And now look, you've been running your mouth. You got distracted. You got all of that freaking gold pickpocketed. First of all, how did you not hear when she took it? Because I watched again with the subtitles on, but the first time I watched it, I knew she took it because I heard it shake.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, the coin was very small, but the coins were, you could tell. And also, that was a really weighty bag. And I think that's why they showed how big the bag was a few times before. You should have felt that weight coming off of your waist.
Mm-hmm.
How did you miss that?
Not very Witcher-like, Siri.
And no people skills. You should have been able to read exactly what that girl was doing before she even did it.
Yeah, that was messed up. Oh, and what was up with Sir Squeaks-a-Lot? Supposedly he's fought and slayed one of these before, but then that was an obvious lie. As soon as that beast was freed from his cage, that so-called
His
knight
ass
was
ran.
climbing the rafters. I was like, wait a minute.
Like, is that sword you carrying even real, bruh?
But remember in season 1 when Geralt is at the wedding and they're talking about the basilisk and how many tails and teeth it has, and they kind of just like, well, we have a Witcher here, and like Jaskier's looking and going, oh, Geralt, please don't say they're lying shits, because yeah, he's like, yes, maybe you did, kind of bullshit. Like,
everybody's got a tale to tell. Why would that girl stop to show Ciri that she was the one to show her coin, that she was the one that stole the coin? Like, that was dumb. Like, you got it, you getting away with it, just leave. Why would you stop and show Ciri like, I got you, I'm out? Like,
I think actually, I didn't think about it before, but this time maybe she was looking for the bounty, because we know it. A lot of people are looking for Ciri. Maybe at that point that was her little trick to try to get Ciri to come after her, so she could body snatch.
I hope that's
What's
the case.
up? What's up, Pete? Pete Easy in the chat.
oh, a legend, Big Pete Easy in the chat. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Good to see you.
What up, Petey? What up, brother?
Oh man, yeah, maybe that's it. I mean, maybe if she does come after her, she can get her and get even more coin than that. I like that. That's a good aspect of it. I thought Ciri was going to slap that woman right back when she hit her. Like, Yen got there just in time, because I think that woman was about to catch one.
She was about to catch more than a slap.
Oh yeah,
and I think Yen already felt that. She was like, hold on, wait a minute.
Oh, that was about to be a thing right
Snatch
there.
her little ass up real quick. Oh, don't even worry about it. I take care of it.
What happens if she did slap her back? What would have happened with that? Ew.
It would have been a fight.
Eel?
Anybody else want to see that, man? I was hoping for her going, oh, you about to get the face screamed off you.
Nah, she would not have found the eel treatment, I don't think.
What'd you say, Phantom? What do you think would have happened?
Turn it into an eel.
Ooh, that would have been not good. I don't know. I think that girl tried to change Ciri into anything, and Ciri opens up and starts screaming. Like, yeah,
I think whatever spell they might have used at that point in time would just like Uno reverse on them, and they would be completely screwed up.
What's up, John? Did you think Yennefer noticed that in the introduction that it was too much for Tessia when she was looking at Ciri, telling her not to look away?
Oh, there's 100% more things going on there. Yeah. It's like you were looking into her future. Yeah, you were seeing. You remember them dreams you seen in season 2 when you seen the Born Tree and the Elder, like the original Elder one. It's like I think I'd assume, because they didn't show it, but I assume she was seeing all that shit. I'm like, oh shit! It's like an atom bomb has just arrived in Era 2. It's the kind of thing, and that's when Yen was like, yeah, you know, like you know now. Please don't say shit.
And right after that, her eyes started to bleed. Was that just showing how truly powerful Ciri is, Phantom?
Most definitely. And probably the end of what's the place called again? Taratusa?
Yeah. What do you think, AK? Do you think like that, seeing how powerful Ciri is, even making her eyes bleed, is that going to scare her away or make her more interested in the trainer?
No, not at all. She gave Yennefer this same test, and part of the reason that she got Yennefer was specifically because of what she saw, if I'm remembering correctly. And plus, I think also she did take a gamble at that point in time to acquire her because that dude did not want Yennefer in his house. But looking at Ciri, and I think this was a little bit after that conversation that her and Yen had about Yen finally, being a mother now. So she's looking at it, and I don't want to say she's attracted just to power, but she knows what someone's capable of, and she does genuinely want to get them to their potential. It's just going to be a lot harder training Ciri, if she even really gets to train Ciri at all in the end, because Yennefer fought her every step of the way. And Ciri is even more defiant than Yen was. And we saw all the shit that Yen was doing.
Yeah,
so she would have her job really cut out for her. But if anybody there is going to do it, and it's not Yennefer, it's definitely going to be Tessia. Although I am very scared for what the hell she saw, because her bitch's eyes were bleeding. If y'all missed it, let me say it again. Her eyes started bleeding just because of a vision.
Was it a vision, or was
it like the last ride? Those horsemen. Maybe that's why her eyes started to bleed.
You're talking about the Wild Hunt?
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, the White Hunt.
I just took it as like when she looks into her, because that's the same thing she said to Yennefer. When she looks at him, she says, "Don't you dare take your eyes off me." I think that's her putting a trance on him.
It's a spell, yeah.
And then the girls can't take their eyes off her. And I think Ciri was so powerful that she was trying to yank away. And I think that's what was making her eyes bleed. Like, it took every ounce of power that Tessia had to keep her there. And Ciri was trying to break away. I thought that's what it did. But it could have been that.
And do you not remember as well whatever spell or whatever was put upon the fake Ciri as well? Like, when she was speaking in tongues, she does specifically yell, like, the destroyer of worlds is looking for me, or something like that. And it's like, it's obviously linking into play a part. It's a pretty heavy statement to just throw out there. Do you know what I mean? The destroyer of worlds is looking for me. It's like, okay, the fuck is that?
And exactly, that's kind of where they're going right now. We're at the big fork of the road. Like, Ciri's future isn't foretold. Like, it's not set in stone, so it could go either way. And I think that's right now she's out there trying to make her choice. Which way is she going to go? She could go with the kingdom, she could go with the witches, or she could go with these dead rogues that are out there coming to get her.
Yeah.
That would be insane. Like, let that be her army and just go in and just wipe everybody out.
Tessia seeing the Galadriel shit. Do you remember in Galadriel when Frodo hands her the ring and she starts going all dark mad shit? Tessia was the only one that seen that. Like, what
exactly. Oh, sick. Speaking of, like, is it her power that keeps her so stupid? Like, girl, you have half the continent hunting you, and you were just told the best way to keep you safe, and you can't just play along? Like, just to, like, high and mighty hoity-toity, just play along. Like, check your privilege and take a seat, little girl. She was killing me.
That's exactly what it is. That is exactly what it is. And Yennefer had to break it down for her again. Yeah, this shit ain't fair, and yeah, it's horrible, but you know what? You need to learn how to settle the fuck down and mind your things. You have all this power, you have all this potential, but you're being reckless as fuck right now. And that does not gel. That does not make a good mixture.
Yeah, you need to take some seats and take them quick. Then we see Geralt gets a little more caught up in his feels as he learned how his mother died. And then he says, I am heading to Urtuza. Got to go back and get his family. His family is still alive. And it wasn't until this scene, like with Yen and Tessia, that I realized, like, just how much I'm disliking the way they wrote Yen this week. Like, she is a ruthless, cunning, ridiculously powerful mage. In this episode, they just have her whining and sniveling like a simp. Like, Ciri's right. Like, this is just bad writing. Like, what are you doing? Like, I don't know. We did that before. We'll do this time. We'll do it better. Like, that was just bad writing. Like, if I was Tessia, I'd have been left staring blankly into the distance, too. Like, what was that scene?
This is fucking Edmure Tully season 8 ending. Like, saying Bran should be the king. It's like, of all what the fuck are you saying, man?
Oh, so dumb. We already did
it was bad. Definitely bad writing. I think I understand the intent behind it, though. So she's not necessarily wrong in how she's analyzing it, but the way she broke it down just was not the right way. I mean, but she is right, though. You have to take these certain steps to try to get where you want. And sometimes even for the mighty, rich, and powerful, you got to eat a little crow. to get your shit back on track. So I'm not completely mad about everything that she said.
No. Exactly. Just not well written. Like I said, I'd have been just like Tessia, just like staring blankly, like, what was that? Ciri wants to be with Geralt and Yennefer. She wants a family, not an education. But she's at the age and a point in her life where she needs an education. Like, it can't really be about what she wants. She needs to learn. She's powerful and she's got a lot of shit happening and coming down, and she needs to get that dialed in. So yeah.
And I will disagree on one aspect there. She doesn't just want a family. She wants to actually rule and help these people the way a ruler should be, taking care of all their people. It's a bit of a broader scope, but the end conclusion is still the same. You got to train and learn how to do this shit the right way. You can't just go and expect people to listen to you because you're a princess.
Yeah, she's already shown she wants to help everybody. She just doesn't know how to do it the right way. And that's what Yennefer's trying to teach her. Like, your actions have consequences. You have to look at the bigger picture.
Yep.
Do you think they're touching on because she spent time with Geralt, like where she kind of like, because she was kind of like that in season 1, they were portraying like she's kind-hearted, but she doesn't know how to be. But then when she's around Geralt more, she sees him kind of being all about that action, and Vir. But Geralt obviously knows the shit, and she's kind of like, she's going from 1 to 10 real quick. And like,
we lost him. Are you back?
Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah.
You fell out for a second.
Oh, sorry.
That was weird.
Sorry. I was just saying maybe she's just trying to be like Geralt because she's been around there a lot since. Like,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Jake, we're all stubborn at 13. Dick's just playing it a little close to the vest. Like, if Radovan does decide to tell the king what really happened, like, I'm sure he'd believe him. He's got that Nick Fury syndrome. Just tell the truth and people will listen. Like,
Oh my god!
how are you getting threatened like that? I don't get it. Like, am I wrong, Phantom?
Nah, he ain't gonna believe him. Because even he said himself, it's like funny how like he learned about the wife dying and who brought it the head over. It was his own brother. So it's like, it just so happened like you're the one who brought the head over and such. Could have been you.
I don't know. You believe that, John? You don't think he'd believe him if you told him what happened? I mean, it seems like the brothers are a little closer than that. You think he would believe Dexter over his own brother?
No, I think he'd go with his brother. I think Dijkstra knows to be like, if this little annoyance, that's his little brother's name, a little annoyance, a little ratty. If he keeps on sticking it in, like there is a simplicity in his brother, because he's kind of portray him like a bit of an idiot. I think if he keeps sticking his nose in, he probably would eventually listen to him. So I think in Dijkstra's mind, he's like, it's happening, but I'm not going to let this happen again. Like, someone needs to be put in their place, and I can't put the king in his place. I think Dijkstra's thinking ahead, 3D chess. He's like, okay, let me make sure that doesn't happen again.
When Dijkstra said next time it could be your head in a box, Radovan should have started plotting right then. Like, this man's coming for me. I need to start getting 3 steps ahead. That's just messed up. Philippa says scheming, plotting, and otherwise multitasking figures out that the mages with the black vortex portals are working with Nilfgaard. So old girl's like, she's just doing 3 things at once, just getting her pleasure on and still figuring out what's wrong and who's doing it. And this girl is going to end up on top somewhere. And Philippa is on top of shit. But that was cool that they kind of snuck that in, letting us know that actually Nilfgaard is the one where these dark mages are coming from. Did you already know that, Phantom? Like, did you even think about that when they were wondering where this other portal with this black, they always talk about this black crazy portal that these other mages are using. Did you ever think it was a Nilfgaard mage?
No, not at all.
I always thought it.
What's his freaking name?
Strugglebore?
There we go.
Yeah, I thought it was him too. That's what I always figured.
Unless this whole time he's like working for
Nilfgaard.
Yeah, this whole time.
You think that's a possibility, AK? You think that Strugglebore is working both sides of it?
He probably is, but I don't think this is who's doing all this extra stuff. Like I said last time, I'm thinking it's someone that we haven't even seen yet. Because this is really, really powerful magic that's going on here. And not that Sugarboard couldn't pull it off. I just don't see why he would take that route to pull any of this off.
Could
It's
be.
just
No,
that I need more info. There's too many things that aren't sitting right, I guess was my answer.
well, the only reason I would still think so is because, like John said, some of these cats are out there playing 3D chess. And we saw Strogobor in the very first season trying to hire Geralt to take out people because of ancient witches that were coming through. So he might know more about the Wild Hunt than he lets on and be trying to, like, plot and battle against that already.
Well, see, that's the thing. If he
Mm.
could be thinking on that level, why wouldn't he just go ahead and take out who he wanted to right now? Why do all this extra elaborate stuff? Yeah, and Strogobor does also have someone else that he answers to as well.
And that someone could be someone in Nilfgaard, but we don't know yet.
Possibly, yeah. We don't know yet, though.
Then we see Francesca actually being a queen and caring for her people, like even vowing not to eat until they do. Is she finally over the rage of losing her child and back to doing what's best for her people, fandom?
For now, until she fucks up again.
I mean, people think she's already fucking up right now, though.
What's up, John? Is Francesca the better queen, or would they have been better served to have Galadin leading them?
Well, I think it's a pretty heavy thing, like, to lose a child. Like, I wouldn't know what that's like. Do you know what I mean? Touch wood, as you say. Not that wood, but that's heavy. Do you know what I mean? So I think she's never been with it since that. Like, hence the like all over the place kind of thing. And I think I think it's a good portrayal of her, kind of where it's chaotic, where it's like, well, unless you've lost a child, like, you'd probably watch that to be like, yeah, and then your queen, your elves, the last of your kind. Like, there's actually a lot of weight on this character. We only see her like very little in comparison to season 2, but like that's a lot of weight to carry. So I think it's good. I think it's absolutely like emotion shifts that can shift again to anger. Like, I think anything she's touching in, it's going to 100. If she's in the loving mood, it's going to 100. It's going to anger because she's trying to forget the fact she lost her child. Like, do you know what I mean? That's what I think. So I think it's genuine, but I think it can change at the flick, change in an instant. You know what I mean?
I like that. What do you think, AK? Is she back to being a queen? Is she going to be able to lead her people better now, or was this just a one-off because she's feeling bad that she knows how many she's lost? Or
yeah, I honestly think it is a one-off. Yeah, I guarantee that the homeboy that tried to go and get help was not the only person that thinks that she's been fucking up and sees through all the nonsense. I think she still very extremely has PTSD. And she's trying to go through the motions, I think, to seem like she does have everything together and she is trying to take care of her people. She generally wants to, but she has other motives that she's looking to first. I think right now this is just the better way for her to go about it, I guess. It's kind of like she's doing a PR struggle.
But isn't she seeing the bigger picture? Because her other motives are to find Ciri because she was told that Ciri is going to be the leader of her people and the savior of her people, basically. So isn't she still looking at the bigger picture and doing what's best for her people, family?
Like I said, for now.
Is that only for now? What's up, John? Do you think, what do you think? Should she be looking for Ciri or what should she be less? Because this emperor, she has to know that Emir doesn't care about her. In the end, Emir could just have him killed and wiped out after they do his bidding anyway. So shouldn't she really be looking for the big picture end story, like finding some way to win?
I think that's an excellent pickup, DJ. Yeah, that's an excellent pickup on the Ciri thing. Like, I was just focused on the now, but the build. That's an excellent pickup on the Ciri thing, and she knows, like, she's somewhat, not so much. She believes in that prophecy and whatnot. Excellent pickup on that. And I want to see how they're going to play the thing that happens at the end of the episode that I shouldn't be mentioning yet. Do you know what I mean? It's the Emperor. I want to come back to that, DJ, if it's all right, and answer that properly, because it's part I want to speak about, but it's not yet. And I'll loop it back to that.
Yeah.
I think she wants to control Ciri just like everybody else.
Maybe.
It's not just the prophecy. She wants Ciri as like her muscle, so to speak.
Well, yeah.
You think it's like Sansa shit? The key to the north? It's like nobody gives a fuck about her, really.
Pretty much. I think that's exactly how she's looking at it.
She sees her people getting slain, and she wants her kingdom back. She wants what's best for the elves. She wants the elves back on top. She's tried to be nice with humans, and it hasn't worked out. So, yeah, she wants whatever she can do to be back on top. She wants the power of Ciri. What's not best for his people is Kahir. Stabbing his only friend in the neck like that. Like, Again, I did not see that coming. Like the White Flame is one evil SOB straight off the white table in John Wick. Just, you got to do something gnarly you want back in. Oh my God, that was crazy. I think here punching that mirror may have been some foreshadowing, showing that he's now fractured. Is he just going to be too fucked off to be meaningful and helpful, fandom?
He's gonna be helpful as fuck.
You think this is going to get him even more so? Like, what do you think? Do you think he's going to be more in for helping the White Flame, or is he going to start going against him now?
No, he's not gonna go against them. This man is devoted.
Mm-hmm.
You agree with that, AK?
Yeah, I think he's absolutely devoted to it, and he already, again, believes that Siri wants him to be the one that finds her or some shit. I think whoever put that control glimmer on what was the girl's name? T something Taryn. Mm-hmm. I think whoever wove that spell is who's sending him those dreams.
Oh, okay, I like that. You agree with that, John?
100%. And like the hairs on that, like a core and half hand shit till death, I will stick to my vow.
Low-key.
The Emperor, that kind of turns him on a little bit. Like, look at how loyal my subjects are, Gets kind of turned on by that type of shit. And he's like, stab me, yeah, come on. Oh, that's your mate. Good. Great pickup on the fractured soul to the fractured mirror there. That's a lovely little pickup there.
That's what I think it's going to be. I think they just showed like him looking into that mirror after he punched it. I think he's fractured and he's going to be broken, and that's going to mess with him going forward.
He is fully broken now, and he's seen what happens if he's caught going against the Emperor, and he's not trying to go back to that. He's been waiting for this chance to come up, which is why he didn't have that big of an issue with stabbing what could be arguably his best friend in the neck.
Yeah, I think he's going to end up being the one to kill the White Flame. I think he's going to take the Emperor out. He's like, you made me kill my friend. You're evil. I'm going to kill you.
In a fit of rage at the end, he might.
We'll see, but I think that's going to happen.
That's adorable.
What's up?
I was like, that's adorable. He's a sweetheart.
That was crazy when that cloud turned into the hunt and those Death Riders asked Siri to join them. Like, it was a good thing Gerald showed up when he did, like, right on time. Because, like fake Siri said, you always do. Like, that was insane. If Siri gets those guys, it's game over. Like, if she just goes dark or gets sucked into that, that'd be a cool way to take the show. I don't know how it'd end up.
Did you guys ever watch Once Upon a Time when it was on?
Mm-hmm.
There's a scene where Regina Mills, and she is the evil queen in the Snow White story. When she was younger in her teenage years, she was trying to run away from all of that because she didn't want to be in the arranged marriage. She was supposed to be getting married to Snow White's dad, and he was like ridiculous old. She tried to run like that, and it was magic from her mother that stopped her. And here again, Siri was trying to run, and these magical creatures came down in the freaking dark cloud swoop, like some freaking Death Eaters coming in. It is just really. It's always interesting to see what the lengths some people will go to when they're tasked too hard or when they think they're tasked too hard. And again, this is just Siri being defiant, though, because Daddy comes in and saves the day.
Like we always do at this time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's amazing. So now that Siri saw the Death Riders from the hunt and sees that they're real, is this going to alter her perception at all on like what direction the continent must needs take to survive, John?
Oh, 200%. Like that's like the foreshadowed that was at the end. It was the end of season 2, wasn't it? The foreshadowed the wild hunt coming into it.
Mm-hmm.
Was the actual ending of it? Or was there another scene? If I remember right, that was the end.
No, I think that was the last scene.
And
as well as the what is it, Bloodline, the prequel series as well.
Yeah, they were in that too. Yep. I think that's where we saw the formation of them.
Yeah.
What was in that wasn't during that time frame.
Oh, I'm gonna have to check. I'm gonna have to do a double back on that. The reason I brought up is because they're showing bigger. They're going out of the way to show bigger players or mysterious characters in the game on a power level, and then obviously they show the wild hunt. Now this scene, you can help me out. Kind of confused me because it's like these are in season 2. The show this is end game material. This is a Night King, White Walker type stuff. Like, and it's like okay, these are the ones. And it's like all Geralt did is just came out and what was he hit them with was it Ard, if I remember the push. It's like pew pew and they disintegrate. It's like no, they'd fuck you up, Geralt. I'm sorry, just knowing the book. It's like what was that the fuck? Like it's like especially like they would fuck all them up. Like I can someone explain why that's simple little compared to the elves like with magic and their I don't even know their levels of power and like a little smelly Witcher spell pushes them away like.
Yeah, they I think they nerfed the Wild Hunt a lot in that scene. I think it would take more than just one spell.
Or Geralt's just that strong.
I mean Geralt is hella strong. Yeah, you're right.
They probably need power or a way through. Like this could have just, like I said, they just came out of a cloud, so they weren't really doing it. But the fact that one of their gauntlets fell on the ground and they saw it, and Ciri sees like this is a real deal. That was kind of weird.
Here's a question.
What's that?
Yeah.
How did they even know where to find her there? Who told them to go there?
Because remember when Ciri was calling for Geralt?
Yeah.
And she was like, come Geralt. That was like a microphone to everybody. And remember when they said that? She started hearing hella people like,
yeah.
So that was like a microphone.
I was wondering about that too.
Yeah, so that let everybody know where she was at.
That makes me wonder why did that happen? Because this was a incantation that Yennefer put on there, a very specific one that's coded to be just between like her and Ciri.
Was it, or was it just to be? Where is it? Just like a find my Ciri?
They didn't say that exactly, but she said, "Say this incantation if you need help, and then I'll get there." Yeah. I took it that I think because it was Yennefer, I took it to mean that she queued that up specifically for Ciri to reach her, but then she was calling for Geralt on it later. So maybe it because of Ciri's power, which again she needs to learn how to control and rein it in. Because of that, it amplified everything to everyone.
What do we think of this episode, John?
What I think the episode as a whole, like, that was it was like I'm trying to be positive here. I just thought it was another one, like, do you know what I mean? And like for me, there wasn't much. It was like Ciri sees some injustice, she acts the bollocks again. That's another few minutes now where she's gonna learn consequences. Like we've done this a few times now. Yeah, Tizzy again. She'd probably be star woman every scene. I just love the actress. Like stand out at Dijkstra. Enjoyed him. For them two, I'll give it double our points. I'll give it 4 out of 10. But the plot needs to get moving, and they're going to be bringing the Wild Hunt into it. Like do more than that. You know, I mean, just the Wild Hunt thing really took a lot off me, and the plot just they're adding more without like continuing others. I don't know. It's just the timeline of the plots is scratching my head. I give it 4 out of 10, DJ, for now.
How about you, AK?
For this one, I'm gonna go maybe 6 out of 10, or maybe a very low 7 out of 10, I guess, maybe, because there's just too many things that happened here that did not have to happen the way they did, and also I don't appreciate them copying the chase of Frodo and Arwen to get back to Riverdale with the wraiths coming after him. That was exactly that damn scene. It's a great scene. I understand why they picked it, but stop it.
They were biting off all kinds
3 out of 10.
Yeah, they were biting. They took some John Wick shit. They took some Exorcist shit. They took some Six Faces of Eve. Like they were just they were biting off all the classics. Absolutely, that's just what it was. Oh, Jake says the episode didn't move very far. What about you, Phantom? How'd you feel about this one?
Exactly what Jake said. Mm-hmm. Not much of it moved a bit. And I was like, I felt the same way as last week. I'm like, only the first episode moved me. I'm like, well, what's going on here?
They usually do better than this.
I think they're going to pick it up next week. This wasn't my favorite episode. Probably the weakest episode of the season so far. But I think they're going to pick it back up. And we'll be right back on track next week because, I love this series, and I don't think they're going to let it go that low 3 weeks in a row. So they're just putting in some filler and kind of letting you know the direction it's going to go. Series got to make a choice, and we're about to take it next week. I have a feeling. So I can't wait to watch that. I'll probably be watching that tonight for sure. Oh, but we got just a couple questions, couple trivia questions. See if anybody remembers about this show. If you know these answers, write them in the chat box. If you're watching later, put them in the comment section down below. What nickname does Yasker refer to Rience as?
The Hammer?
That is incorrect. That's what he called Geralt.
No, I thought he called
True.
Geralt the family goat, didn't he?
Well, he did call him that too. He said
Yeah, he did call Geralt the Hammer because he was comparing it to a nail, wasn't it? Hitting a nail. Like, that was his comparison.
Butter cheeks? Please tell me it wasn't butter cheeks.
That's incorrect. It was not butter cheek.
The spoon?
No.
Does Jake have it right?
Oh, that's incorrect. You guys are thinking about the prince. Not Radovan.
I have no idea.
What does Yasker refer to Rience as? You guys are thinking of Radovan. Yeah, they do have a lot of names.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. I don't remember. I think rinse, but I don't recall.
Well, if you guys know, write that one in the chat box down below. Question number 2. Who was the druid that Gerald took Crazy Siri to go see?
Oh, damn it. His mama's friend. I don't remember her name.
Oh, you got a fucking doozy, man.
Big butter cheeks. Oh, man. He said, how did Geralt know? Yep. Who's the druid that Geralt took Crazy Siri to see? Anybody knows that answer? Right in the chat box. Put it in the comment section down below if you're watching later. Oh, Jake Cruz bringing it home. There we go. Good job, Jake. He said Esteban. And Nika was her name. Absolutely.
Wait, you mean fake?
Yeah, wasn't that the guy in the beginning, Esteban?
No, that's not what I was just reading it because it was funny. That's not his name.
Was Anika not the werewolf dude?
Nope.
No,
Anika,
the woman's name was Anika.
Yeah, the mom's friend, the druid, her name was Anika. Jake nailed it. Absolutely correct. So since John asked, let's just get it in there. What was the werewolf's name?
Anika. I'm already ruined it. If I get this right, it means I cheat because
What was the werewolf?
What was the werewolf's name?
Hairy nipples.
Hairy nipples is
Why did it
correct.
just come down to nipples?
Oh, Jake is bringing it home. He's got it today. Otto, absolutely correct. That was his name. Oh, here's a little bit more of a deep dive. How much did Istrid pay the collector for the elven artifacts?
No clue. Hey, Jackie.
A lot.
A lot.
Hey, what's up, Jackie C? Good to see you. Good to see you.
I want to say maybe 30 something or 80 something or other. I'm probably way off. I don't remember what their form of money is called.
David knows, Kayla. David got it. He's a genius at this shit. Go on, David.
$94.
That is incorrect. How much did you pay the collector for the elven artifacts? You know that one? Put it in the chat box. Watching later, put it in the comment section down below. What was Fake Siri's real name? AK said it earlier.
Taryn.
Really correct. Oh, how did Geralt's mother die? Last but not least, how did Geralt?
Wasn't it a fever or something that wouldn't stop?
That was incorrect.
Or was she killed?
No, it was like an illness, and then
I thought sickness.
Yeah, it was some type of illness. I she like a flu or something.
Incorrect.
COVID. There you go.
Yeah, it was COVID. You guys know that one right in the chat box. Watching later, put in the comment section down below if you remember. How'd they say Geralt's mother died? Does that make you feel better or worse? Bada boom, bada bing. Oh, Jake just bringing it home. Jake must have watched it right before we went live. She was mistaken as an elf and beaten badly. Absolutely correct.
I must have missed that.
Yeah. I think I just totally skimmed over that.
And then that's when Anika said, "Does that make you feel better or worse?" And Geralt's like, "I didn't want her to suffer. I just wanted her to know what became of me." She's like, "She knew." Oh yeah, it was pretty sick. Yeah, it was okay. Just not the best. What's that, John?
I said that's cheating. DJ, what's the name of the telepath that works at Riance?
Oh, the one with no face?
Yeah, that one. Go and keep track.
Yeah, that's some sick glamour she's got going on there.
I don't remember names. She's the one that, the one that Rance touched, and she's obviously working not for Nilfgaard, but with Nilfgaard.
Oh
Mhm.
shoot, she could have been the one with.
She's working directly for whoever the big bad guy that we don't know
Mhm.
is.
Yeah, because the fake series says she could hear like a funny voice, like a telepath, and we know what happened to her throat. Like, so it's absolutely her. Like she's talking.
Well, Fake Siri also said that she got dragged out of her room, and it was somebody that she knew that was from the school that did it, which was why another reason why it kind of points to Strogobor. But now it's like that's just making it too obvious. It can't be Strogobor. It's got to be somebody else.
Plus, I don't think Strogobor would hide what he was doing, given what he did with what's her name and girls that were born under that weird ass Pacific moon. He doesn't really hide his dirt like that.
And you know who's like in it and really has no part is Tessia's lover. What if it's him?
He was like, "Oh, welcome her back."
What's that?
He did say like, "Welcome Yennefer back." With like,
yeah, he said he said the thing that we do have in common is our love for you, and I'll welcome her back or whatever because you've already made up your mind. Yeah, I mean this guy seems to have a part but not have a part. What if it's that guy?
That would be interesting because he's literally been there since season 1. He just ain't been given a whole lot to do. But maybe that just means that he is on his game and he's been secretive as shit, so we don't see what he's doing.
Is Vilgefortz that powerful though? To be honest with you, because remember they let him take the credit for Yen's spell. Remember the big spell she put, and then you were like, "Can we let him take the credit for it?" Like if you were a big badass, you'd be like, "I do that shit myself." Like,
didn't we theorize?
Just claim her treat.
Who's the guy that we theorized last episode that we thought it could be? If it's someone, not someone that we haven't known, but someone that would come back that we haven't seen in centuries.
Oh, the brother man.
What was his name?
I can't remember his name. That's the guy from Blood Origins or whatever.
Yeah, and then that guy I would believe is powerful enough to do this.
Yeah, that's what we were thinking last week. It might be, and it still could be him. We don't know yet. But coming back, and that'll be a cool little tie-in from Blood Origins. But we don't know. Yeah, I don't know. That'd be a sick one. Do you have any ideas, fandom, who it is?
I'm still on the Struggle train.
You're still going Struggle. It just almost seems too obvious. And like I said, like it's somebody that's from Verituza that the girl knew that dragged her from her room. So that did this evil shit. So I'm on, man. I think it might be Tessia's boyfriend. Now that's where I'm going now. And that's Vilgefortz. I can never remember his name.
Yeah, he do seem like a little bit of a weak sauce though, but that could just be the image he wants everyone to see.
And like Pete's saying, isn't that something that we actually touched on last season or the first season that we thought maybe he was downplaying his power? Like, why would Tessia be with somebody so weak? Like, this guy's got to be more powerful. He's just kind of downplaying it a little bit. So, never know. Never see you coming. I like that. I like it.
Yeah, I like that and the sorcerer that got stuck in the other realm. I'll put stock in both of those theories.
Oh, absolutely. Can't wait to see it, and hopefully they'll give us some answers, and we can talk about it next Tuesday. And don't forget, this Thursday, we're going to be going on with the finale of the...
Finale!
So
nice.
Definitely come back and check us out on Thursday. You guys got anything out the door?
Outside of what you just said, I do believe we have trivia this Friday as well. I think we're gonna go with another round of A Song of Ice and Fire because we haven't done one of those in a bit. So stop by the Citadel Trivia channel for that. 8 o'clock Friday night. That's Eastern time, 8 p.m. And then Monday, I'll be back on my channel with the ladies, and we're gonna talk about the finale of Secret Invasion. And then decide what show we're going to do next.
Absolutely. There it is. How about you, John? Anything going on this weekend?
Yeah, massive plans. Sweet fuck all. I'm going out with a few friends tomorrow. I finish work in about 6 hours. I'm going to sleep. I'm going to shower. I'm heading out to meet a few friends. And then Friday, I'm meeting up with more friends. Drink, and then sleep. That's my plan. But I'll absolutely be checking out any of the stuff you all put out as well. And if it's live, I'll pop in to say hello. Absolutely.
We'll be back on next Tuesday talking about The Witcher. Oh, do The Bear. I love The Bear. That's a great show. We definitely watched that one. Not really a lot to figure out or what's going to happen, but it is a great show to watch. We're definitely watching The Bear. And I think when I was watching it, I think it said new episodes out. So I think the second half of The Witcher might already be out. I'm not 100% sure. But
is it?
I got Netflix open right now. Hold on a moment.
Last week of July.
I thought it said.
This
How
is the last
many-
week,
how-
if you like.
No, it's
Well,
one
yeah.
more week ish.
No,
Days.
we don't.
It's
I
not
don't
out?
know.
Tuesday is the 1st. Next Tuesday is August 1st.
But it doesn't say new episodes on your thing?
And no, I only see 5 episodes still.
Oh, wow. Well, I guess we'll be all caught up next week, and then I'll bet it comes out. We might hit it right on stride when it comes out. That'll be perfect.
Down for it.
Yeah. They're saying the 28th, 27th through 29th, 28th, so it sounds like somewhere right in there.
All right.
Sneak
Oh,
peek.
Yeah,
um,
it's 27th there, yeah.
Nice. There we go. Boom.
future
Tomorrow.
plans. There are going to be some cool things coming up for the spooky season. Once All Hallows Eve rolls around, so tune in to my channel for some random things. Got some good lists of favorite monsters and cryptids and all that going down. So come through and have some laughs with us.
Absolutely. So that's going to do it for us. I hope everybody out there is having an absolutely fantastic week, and it only gets better from here until we see you on the next one. Be easy, everybody. We'll see you Thursday.
Free Asker.